Okay, I'm always talking about a square club face, how I want you to have a square face. Let's talk about an easy way for you to get a sense of what a square face is so you can always get back to it whenever you feel off track. So it looks like Lauren is wrapping up a lesson over there. Let's see if we can get her over here in this video to help us out. All right, here she comes, Lauren Rosella. Hello.
Hi.
So we're talking today about something simple, club face, how to have a square club face.
Okay.
Right? So can you just set up to a ball for me?
This way?
Yep.
Okay.
Like so you're going to hit parallel to that stick, right? Mm-hmm. And go ahead and take the club back just so that when the club is parallel to the ground, it's also parallel to your target line. Good. So a little teeny bit more than that. The club isn't quite parallel. Good. So you can see here by watching, her club face angle here is pretty close to the angle of her torso. And I'm going to sneak behind the camera here for a second. Boy, that looks like it is just about the same angle. This is what a square club face looks like here, okay? However, when you're playing, you don't really ever get to look at this, right? And things can change all the way through the swing, right? Mm-hmm. So let's pretend for a second, and this is the feel I want you to have, right? And I think you know this, right? Pretend that the ball is teed up way up here, like at waist height. So that right now is a square face, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, can you face the camera for me? So you can see right now, the angle of her club face is the same angle of her spine. And when she moves her spine around a little bit, the face, look at that, it wants to kind of, look at that. So the face of the club having about the same angle as of the spine is a nice reference point for keeping it square. Right? So now when you turn, you can keep the same orientation. If you just turn your shoulders and your hands do nothing, just turn those shoulders, see how the face, it's now looking at the camera, but it's still the same angle as her spine. So tell me if this makes sense to you. This is square to me, right? The shaft is 90 degrees to my spine. The shaft matches my spine, the face matches my spine straight up and down. Mm-hmm. So if I were to look down to hit the ball, I would do this. And see how the face is kind of tilting with me? So that's the same feel that I want to have as I turn back, is I want to keep this club, basically, I'm picturing this arc that goes around my spine, and I want the face to stay square to that arc. We don't want to get into this sort of a thing. All right? So most people that have, maybe they're my age, they were taught that on the way back, they should rotate that face open like this. That face is actually open to the arc, and it's going to require me to close it to get back to the ball. And that act of closing it's going to take away from my incentive to just make a pure swing with centripetal force. Does that make sense? All right, now, a lot of people also feel like they want to keep their face pointing at the target as long as possible. And then you'll see what's happening there. What was your face doing coming back? You were actually closing the face relative to you and relative to your arc in order to keep it square to the target. And that is that's got to feel uncomfortable as heck, right? Yeah. So set up again. Now try to feel like the club face is just staying square to the arc based on what we talked about a minute ago. There you go. Good. So now let's hit a little baby shot, and I want you to feel like that club face is working square to the arc. There you go. Good. Good. So in order to get a good feel for your club face being square to your arc, think of the face itself being square to your spine or matching the angle of your spine throughout the course of your swing. That's kind of where you get that whole thing where they say, hey, at the top of your swing, if my face was my hand, at the top of your swing, you'd be holding a platter like this instead of being like this way or way up like that. Make sense to you? All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.